I'm stronger than I've ever been in my life. And it's, it shows. In my last fight, I knocked a girl out cold in 2 minutes. My injuries are none, and I'm putting up numbers that I never thought I could put up. I found starting strength through my husband. My husband is my strength and conditioning coach, and we've been tinkering with my body and my mechanics and see what works best for me, for my nutrition, for my strength training. And he came across starting strength, and I trust him. So if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. And now we're both training to become coaches. So we love it. I fight in the cage. A lot of people know the major circuit, the UFC, which is goal. But right now I'm fighting smaller circuits and under the Invicta banner, which is right under the UFC. So it's equivalent, but specifically for women. My mixed martial arts training consists of Muay Thai, traditional Western boxing, Greco-Roman grappling, catch wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, a little bit of Sambo, a little bit of Judo, a lot of strength training and conditioning, but I guess that's not a mixed martial art. For training in general, I spend about 4 to 6 hours a day, 7 days a week, training. So that works out to 28 hours. I definitely dedicate a lot more time, not doing physical work, but doing mental preparation. So studying video and watching competitions. So my life, if I'm not in the office actually working, I am outside, and it's really a part of our everyday life. I wake up around 4:30 every morning. I'll do a little bit of training, a little bit of conditioning in the morning. At lunch, I'll instead of taking an hour lunch, I'll go work out with my coach and do some training there. I get off the work at 5. We're in the gym from 6 to 8:30, 9. So we do a third session there. So 3 sessions a day. And then I squeeze in my lifting and conditioning as well. My training outside of mixed martial arts consists mostly of strength training, sprinkled with a little bit of yoga and topped off with a side of endurance training. Endurance training is only because I like it. There's no benefit, if anything. It's kind of a detriment to my main goal in MMA. But the first thing I fell in love with was strength training. I like moving heavy shit, and I do it well. So I've always been into it.
Did you lift as a thrower?
I did lift as a thrower. I'm kind of small for a thrower, so people were very shocked at how good I was and I could be. There was a lot of potential there for throwing, just because I am explosive and I am strong, and I did weight train. It was one of my favorite things to do. When I was in high school, my mom used to make fun of me. She said I would show up before the janitors in the morning and I would leave after them in the evenings, which was true. I would show up at 5 in the morning and do 0 period strength and conditioning, and then leave after practice in the afternoon or after games in the evening. So that was year round. And then in the summers, I ran with cross country. I lifted and strength trained with football because I was the only one that can outlift them. So coach had me come in with them. And then I played volleyball. So it was, strength training has always been my love. It's what I go back to. I did not dedicate a portion of my training to barbell training when I started mixed martial arts. I didn't incorporate it until recently. And my last couple of fights, they show I had, they're all knockouts in the first round. So barbell training has, I feel, helped in my strength, in my performance in mixed martial arts. And even in jiu-jitsu, I manhandle anyone that's my size. If I want to be better at mixed martial arts, I need to spar more. I need to train more. I need to know how to throw a punch. I need to know how to throw a kick. Strength training is the only thing that complements any sport, because if you're strong, you're stable. And being stable in movement is key. A lot of my trainers and a lot of people that I work with for mixed martial arts still believe in the misconception that strength training is going to slow me down. It's going to make me a weaker fighter because I'm going to be so much bulkier. And to them, I say, look at my record, look at my performance, look at my work ethic. Like, strength training hasn't slowed me down at all. If anything, it's made me better. It's made me more competitive. So it's kind of funny because coaches always go, are you sure you want to be lifting that much? Are you sure you want to be doing this? And I'm like, well, have you seen any issues? And they're, no. Then I'm like, then why are you complaining? Out of all of the sports that I do and out of everything that I do, I think strength training is going to be something that I will continue to do in my old age. There's so much benefit coming from strength training, mentally, physically. There have been times that after I hit a set, I just lay down and cry because it's so rewarding just in my heart and in my soul to know that I can do this. And I can do it anytime. I can do it anywhere. I can go to a hotel and go lift in their gym. I don't need much. So I think this is one of the things, out of all of the sports, out of jiu-jitsu, out of striking, out of yoga, out of running, this is the one that causes the least injury for me, and this is the one that's going to make me live longer. So if there's one thing that I can recommend everyone to do, it's to put some weight on your back and start lifting.